Well, good. Well, what are we? Afternoon, evening, somewhere in there here in the central time zone. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike, folks. Uh, Glad to be here. Sorry we are really running late today, but Hawker 125 suggested a route a couple weeks ago to me. The aircraft I really don't have in my livery, and there isn't, I don't think, one for X-Plane 12 yet, since FlyJSim has kind of drug their feet waiting for it to get more established, and so that way they're not constantly updating like some of these folks are. But today we are here in Montreal for Millennium. I'll just let the airplane say it for you. That's who we're flying for. In one of their beautiful patriotic aircraft. I love this one, especially the blue tail. You've seen it quite a bit, and I thought we'd give it a shot and run it up to. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce this, but Canada's usually been pretty easy on me and not causing international incidents, so I think I'll be okay. Puvirnituq? Puvirnituq is how I'm going to go with it. CYPX, folks, we're going way up into the northern part of Quebec. Also, not a favorite province of mine when I drove a truck, but that was then. Today is different. So, hope you all enjoy. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike, and let's get back in that cockpit. We're going to just keep rolling through the ads, folks, so when they come up, you'll miss a chunk, but look at it the bright side. YouTube is always there. You're more than welcome to watch the replay of this entire stream over there. It'll be up later tonight, tomorrow, sometime time frame-ish, and you can catch what you missed. All right? So with that, let's get into it, folks. We have the battery on, as you can tell. Let's go to standby power on ground power. And what are we at here? Sorry, my laptop was doing something fishy over there and had to quickly look over. All right, get our hydraulic pumps off. Standby power, making sure we're on the ground power. Go down with the switch. Logo lights and all. Okay, AC/DC switch. Hawker, enjoy your AC/DC music as we set to ground power. And we'll go on up here. Move this to heading status. And the reason being, this will now tell you how many minutes till you're aligned. Go to align. Go to align. Got your on DC lights light up. Very important check to make sure the aircraft will function with its navigation system on the battery only. That has happened a couple of times, folks, so it is really nice to know where you are when you're going down. Let's go ahead and grab these real quick. Make sure we're turned up loud enough. Oh, we're not. Let's do that again. That ought to mess with the AC/DC music. All right, passenger oxygen's normal, good numbers there. Electronic engine, computer. Oh my gosh, I forgot to see again. Anyway, they're on, and they're basically what allow you to basically take those throttles and shove them all the way to the forward, and they'll bring them up like a FADEX system. Bring them up, but in a generally calm way. Most pilots aren't like that unless something really bad's going on. Reverser lights are out and everything coming down. Guards are in. We're set here. Crossfeed check. Light blue. and it should go out. Perfect. All right, and our fuel pumps are off. IFE cabin utilities are on. Everything else looks good down here. Got our lighting set. Equipment cooling set to normal. And emergency lights on. And everything down this panel looks good. By the way, this is how you flow these panels. Down each one. Airbus up. So, who knows which is actually the better. All right, and our landing altitude, bear with me here, will be 83 feet. Okay, 100 feet will work for me. All right. And all right, so we're caught up, coming down. Collision lights are off. Wing lights are off. Everything's set lighting wise. Today is the 6th, so we'll stay on the right side. Moving on down. Okay, and generally everything looks good here. Let's just do a quick light test. Make sure everything is lit. Light bulbs look good here. Work our way down. To be honest with you, I wouldn't know what to do if one of these were unlit. I don't think it's not like the 727, folks, where you can click on them and it'll go bulb replaced. So, all right, and the IRS, let's get the positions in here. All right. And before Bad Attitude asks me, no, I did not get a company route. You'll see why here in a second. I do see the advantages, don't get me wrong. I do see possible. I've never tried it again to see if it's like the Airbus where it puts out the not a secondary, but your diversion route to your alternate in there. I haven't done that before, so I need to do that once here. Okay, so we are in Montreal. CYUL. I don't know if putting the gate in here helps, but I do know if I do the GPS on the right one there, both of them were the same. I just alternate which one we work off of. And CYPX. Flight number MAC572. All right. Some people will put their information in here now for the approach. I'm just going to go to the next page and put in the flight plan. And before we do that, you know what we're going to do? First off, I'm going to let you see the route. And then we'll bring up some toolkit here and look at it. My goal is to try to get off here pretty quick, so we're not going to hang too much, hopefully, on here. Hopefully, I don't digress, as I love to do. All right, today's takeoff is 24 left. And currently not showing a departure. Not really sure why yet. But we're about to find out. Import from some brief. All right. Okay, so this is NavGraph, folks. We're going to do this real quick so we can make sure we have everything in here right. Let's see if out to TAMKO we have a departure. See, we're going CYUL. There is one, so probably CYUL2. And it just straight away vectors. Okay. So basically, folks, we're going to just climb on a heading of 237, and then OR is assigned, and then expect vectors to TAMKO. That's our departure for today. Real quick, so you can see it up here, your departure frequencies. We are, yeah, I think we'll fall under this one. West, northwest, east, northeast. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So if they come up, that might be our frequency. It'll be whatever VATSIM puts out there. 118 and 18,000. Hey, go figure, we're in North America. Safe altitude within 100 miles is 7,400 feet. And noise abatement procedures on page 10-4 for additional requirements. You know what? Let's see if we can find that. Close. I forgot how I can pull charts up from here. Okay, well, we can't put it in there anyway, so what we'll do is go back to our, cancel. And we'll go from at this angle. Taxi. Do we have 10-4? No, maybe here? Noise abatement. Alright. In accordance between 2,300 and 700 hours. Okay. Alright. I'm not going to worry about it, it looks like. Alright, well, anyway, there you have it. Now, I am on a VFR chart. Again, folks, those of you curious why you see VFR when you're flying high altitude, we did lose an engine once out of Midway for DC. By having it on here, I was able to find airports real quick. The 727 doesn't have that little button to show you where airports are. So you got to kind of scramble with a map, folks. It's for those who aren't familiar with what a real map is. It's this paper thing that folds up and you can put it in your briefcase to take with you. Not on your hand, on your little cell phone or your iPad. Just this paper chart. It just opens up and you can figure out where you are on it. Yeah, I'm talking to you millennials. You have no clue what a map is. Yes, and we're having a lot of fun, too. Oh, my gosh. Did not mean to cough in your ears. That came out of nowhere. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so there you have it, folks. Our departure to TAMKO. Basically, 237, and then we'll kind of swing her around and head for TAMKO. Unless ATC has other plans for us. All right, loadout-wise. Well, first off, weather-wise, here in Montreal, 212. Hey, that's a pretty good wind for that runway. Get ready. Wait till you see what's going on up where we're going. 15 miles and some clouds to worry about at 4,000. So pretty good flight out of there. We're still kind of coming out of summer into fall up there, folks. So, but you can see what's out west. Real nastiness. Now, up north. It's going to be a fun landing. Well, we've got a couple extras, so although the weather hasn't updated in a while. 270 at 27 with gusts to 34. Few clouds at 1,300, scattered at 2,400, overcast 3,300. We'll see how that all transpires because that hasn't updated since the 5th, hopefully, of this month, not last month. So we'll see when we get up there. Temperature 6 degrees, so we will run with the anti-ice on. Good chance we probably have some icing in these clouds. Yeah, I said that I word, folks. All right, 152 people currently in the terminal signing their non-disclosures, so they won't complain about the flight. 34,900 pounds of payload for a 126,854 pound ZFW. Okay, after we throw the 22,000, roughly 500 pounds of fuel on board, we'll cruise at 35,000. So pretty good flight ahead, folks. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into, shall we? All right, so we left off here with deciding, are we putting in a departure or not? We will eventually, but let's go ahead. TAMKO. Bear with me a second, folks. Making sure I spelled it. Okay, it's the same, like the same place I went to in Springfield all the time for shingles. And no, folks, not the medically in conditions. It was shingles for a roof. I had shingles once. Not fun. Okay, and then we're direct from there. Folks, that's why I didn't put a company route in. Pretty tough, huh? The only downside to this, that's a 700-mile run, I think, without fixes. I kind of don't like that a lot. I like to kind of find something out there. Couldn't. So it is what it is. Okay, so we're back here. Now let's go to the departure arrival. We decided 24 left. Go ahead and do that part of it and enter. Okay, let's go back to legs, our vector to TAMKO. Close that up. Next. And then we just have to worry about our arrival. More than likely, folks, it's going to be an RNAV, maybe ILS, or localizer, I should say, into there. Or it could be an NDB. We won't fly that. But my goal is to land runway 19. So that way we roll out right into the parking area. That's my goal. Not going to say that's what's going to happen. All right. So that's the end of the legs page, folks. All right. So we'll route copy and perf int. You know, one thing I've never done. Let me see this. Our alternate today, C, Y, F, B. There we go. I've never actually used this page. Didn't even know if it put in a route. That's why. It's not direct. Huh. I'll have to find out how to use this page. Because this should actually just, it's only one fix to get us there, so. Where were we? Oh, wait. Back to route. Okay. CFW. Oh, no, we haven't even loaded. My bad. All right, let's get the people coming on board, shall we? Okay. Now, I do get a lot of questions on this. How do you load your aircraft? Couple of different ways. You figure out what's best for you, folks, okay? You can, well, you got to click payload. That's the only way to start putting the people in. Now, you can fill these in, and sometimes it's fun, but it can also take quite a while. Or, as Duluth Fly showed me once, you come down here, click payload. Go back to your page, find out what your payload number was. In our case, 34,960 pounds. Now you could put, I believe you can put 34.9 or type it out. And what's going to happen here when you give it a couple seconds, your zero fuel weight is going to adjust and it's going to miss the mark. Why did it miss the mark? Probably, I got a feeling, that's why. So that's why we're heavier. Okay. So zero fuel weight came in at a... Is that right? Hang on a second, folks. Now I'm questioning it. Do we have cargo? There's part of the problem. But that's the number we're shooting for. This is... Hang on a second, folks. It didn't load it right. It should be 30 in each one. What it did, I know what it did, and it's still going to be the same, irregardless. Oh, we're getting down closer, 120, yeah. So 124. See if that put us close enough for me. Okay, we just need 600 pounds. Okay. That's easy enough, so... Okay, and... Hey, good deal. We're up there. Perfect. All right, so there we go, folks. Took a little adjustment in it, but we got it right. Fuel is 22,487. All right, we're going to keep the passengers in the terminal while we fuel.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Just because it takes a little bit. See the little fuel truck out here? Very nicely done. So nice to know. And when that's gone, folks, you know you're done. You also know you're done when your numbers stop getting, are at the same level here, and that's gone, and they stop fueling here. Beyond that, there's no other way to know. That's unfortunate, but it is. Okay, so let's continue on while we're fueling. So we got the position report in, and heck, we're ready to... We can put our zero fuel weight in, reserve on today's flight. And again, what I use, folks, is I got to get to my alternate, so I need at least, in this case, 5,300 pounds of fuel, or 5.3. And my reserve is 3.3, so that'll be 8.6 minimum to reach it. 8.6. Now they threw us in at a cost index of 6, so I'll play nice. 350 for the flight level. Execute. Well, that's because we haven't put it in. Let's put the fuel numbers in. Release fuel is 22,487, 22.4. All right, and that's what will let us know. So now you can see it lets us get up a little higher. Cruise winds. Hang on a second, got to get back up here. 251. 47 knots. I'll pass on these folks because unless I can do this and this, I'm not going to play with them. And we're going to hold right there. Come back when we're fueled up to do the end numbers. Okay, because we got a little bit more to do on the overhead. Okay, probe heat. All right, let's get back up top here. First thing, we'll reset back to position. You all are used to seeing your INS or IRS, depending on your device you're using with coordinates. There you go. Everything still looks good up here, coming down. All right, one last check down the aircraft here. All right, pitot heat's off. Anti-ice for now will stay off. We'll be turning it on as we get up north. Hydraulic engines are on, electric off, and there's what we have open compartment-wise. Front door and our two baggage areas on the right side of the aircraft. We would do a test, if able to, of the cockpit voice recorder. Unfortunately, the switch doesn't work. I don't even remember if it worked in PMDG, to be totally honest. But again, I would only know of FSX. So, voice recorder's on, trim air's on, everything's in auto. Recirculators are in auto. Packs are in auto. Isolation valve on. We'll be going to auto once we start up. And then our lights again are the way we want them. Whoops. All right, down to the middle here. And again, we're just awaiting our engines to fill up. We're at about, actually almost there, I think. Yeah, we got about 1,000 to go. So everything, we're not going to be able to set anything up here yet. We're just looking to see how things are. Gears down, flaps up, spoilers up, parking brake set, fuel in the cutoff position. Do our fire test. Okay. All good.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Awesome. Thank you, and thanks for flying with Mike. Let's look outside, and you can see the fuel truck's gone. All right, so let's crank up that APU. Then the people can come on. Fuel pumps on. Hold for a 3 count. So I hope y'all are having a great day. Gotta run, be back later. See you in a few, Hawker, if you get the chance. Okay, just waiting for the needle to come down. Get settled and give us, there's the what we're looking for. The gens are on. APU bleed is on. All right, let's start those people. We're gonna see if we get flight attendant telling us they're all aboard as we continue on. All right, oh, AC/DC switch to APU gen. Caught myself that time, folks. so I wouldn't cough in your ears. All right, so let's go to N1 limits. And what I want to bring in is TopCat. Reason being, it just is a good tool to help us with V numbers. And here's our flight. You can see it all spelled out for you here. Let's go to takeoff. Update the weather information on here. 32 degrees here Celsius, 210 at 11. And I'm good with those. 24 left. Go. All right, so we've got a couple of choices here. We can go, well, we'll be going takeoff 2, so we can select that first. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me see if I can make that happen. Yep, that's the best we're gonna do. Okay, so you can see the ACT. Oh, let me try and zoom a little. There we go. That's about the best we're going to get it. So you see the ACT is on TO2. We're going to set our select, or we're going to kind of derate the engines so we're not pushing them right at maximum thrust. We pull them back a little, trying to save just that little bit of wear and tear on them. And in our case, I am going to go with 34 degrees. So as you can see, climb, our V1 should be around 149.50. V rotate around 151. V2 around 155. Should leave us 1,150 feet of runway. And our N1 is not 100%, but 93%, which is plenty to get us in the air and climbing. I can already hear some of you squeamish out there and flying go, oh my God, they're not at 100%. It's okay, folks. I'll go to climb. Well, we'll do climb 2 for, let's go to the takeoff page. The first thing I always do, just click CG and go to the next page. Okay, on here, you're going to get your runway winds and knots. So 210 at 11. 11. Runway slope you see here is down 0.2. So to do that, I have to wiggle it a little. Hang on. There we go. Down 0.2. Slash runway heading 237. We're on a dry runway, so we're not worried about clicking it over to either of these two, and we're good with these numbers. All right, let's go back. Okay, everything's looking good. They're saying 93. We're going to get 92 on here, and we're going to be flaps 1. See how close we got. 149, 150. We're off by 1. We'll take it. Take off at 151. And we're showing 155. We'll take 155. And then I'm going to turn off the QRH so all we see is that. And I'll click progress on that one. All right, folks, that's the FMC. Very simple, very easy to program. And I'm going to get rid of TopCat. So let's finish up here so we can get going. All right, so last but not least, flight directors. We forgot this last time. Turned into a little bit of an interesting flight. Okay, now we're going to set the speeds to 155, 165. Wonder why we're so hot this time. Must be the temperatures. What did we say? 237? And our departure, did not catch it if we had a requirement. Okay, unless otherwise assigned, jet maintain 5,000. Okay. Well, let me just see. First thing I want to do, because I'm gonna forget if I don't. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Doggone it. I'd used the new Smart Cars 3 that Mac Air is in the process of testing and getting ready to roll. But I started my sim as an administrator, so it won't play nice with it. There you are. Okay. Find my flight. There it is. Going to be on VATSIM with 100. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we got our ACARs running. That was pretty important to me. So we'll go, because now I can just do this. Find SimAware. Do a quick update and see if I'm able to get online here. Just getting online with VATSIM, folks. All right. You can now see we've connected. I am, I think it's C6 I'm in. You know what? I need one more program running to help me. We did 2 tail swaps, folks, for this flight, just so you know. We were planning to fly it as a C-130, but we ran into some problems getting the views set up to where I could run with them, and I just said no, too much right now. I needed to do other things, and we'll come back to that aircraft, believe me. We're in gate 61, I believe it is, so I had to get a chart up here to see that. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, hang on, folks. We had an update of charts. That was one of the other things. I had updates today on the flight sim. We're now in release candidate 2. ZIBO I updated, and charts updated, and oh my, that is, wow. I'll let y'all see it, and you all can now decide if you want it or not. You get all of this now across the top, on top of having the weather. Wow. Just more and more coming to it. So, yeah, really nice. Okay. We already know our departure. We're ready to go, folks. Finally, no ATC. I'm going to blast. Well, we'll go to 5,000. Settle things down and then go. All right, and well, okay, 0 off our fuel. And minimums. All right, so let's get those set real quick. Okay, and altimeter here. $2,975. That I was not expecting to get it in inches of mercury. All right, so 2,975. We're ready to go, folks. Landing gear lever, speed brakes, engine starts, parking brake dampers. Hang on, we'll get those, and the people are aboard. Start closing up this aircraft.
Folks, welcome aboard American Airlines. We're currently in the process of wrapping up flight paperwork. Should be on our way momentarily. It's a great pleasure to have you on board with us today. If you have any requests, we'll make your trip a little bit more enjoyable. Please don't hesitate to ask one of your crew members again. Welcome aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding doors are closed. Flight attendants report your doors for departure. Cross-check for your price jab. Stand by for all call.
Okay, and what I just brought up, folks, there's your... Alright, you can just see our door closed. So you're looking right behind the door so I can see who's wanting into the cockpit. Pretty neat little thing. I know, I'm pretty sure PMDG had it, but they may not. Who knows? I'm not here to battle which is better, folks. So, alright, so we're ready for pushback. Final check of ATC, we're good. And let's get better pushback on its way. At the same time, we'll get our pushback going checklist-wise.
Run to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I want to go home.
Run to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, so we're ready to go, folks. There's our pushback. So, for pushback, hydraulic pump system B on. Fuel pumps on. Anti-collision light on. That's our red lights. Little confusing to you guys like me and Cessnas. The anti-collision light were the strobes. The red beacon light was the red beacon light. Position lights are steady, all down, and auto throttle
Okay,
are
all
not
door
army.
hatches are closed, ready to connect.
And over here, real quick. Okay, he's hooked up. He'll tell us when he's ready. Then we're gonna.
7 Island B, go down.
Hey, Bad Attitude is in the house. Welcome in, sir. All right, so we'll be turning the packs off, folks. We'll be using the right ignition, and we'll start number 2 first, once we start pushing.
Now connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, and brake off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right. Like I said, we have to turn the packs off. All right. What I'm going to do here real quick while because we got a little bit of a push here, folks. Here's charts again. The airport. What we're going to do is we're going to push back face east, and then we're going to taxi all the way down to Delta. What is this? Alpha. Go all the way up Alpha for 24 left departure. You just got home. Nice. All right, so we got those off. Let's start the engines. And basically, folks, what you're looking for is at least 17 here, but no more than 25. And then you can move your fuel switch to idle. Then we're looking for fuel flow, EGT, and our N1 to start climbing, and everything looks good. No more mornings for you. Ah. Awesome. Okay, so we're stabilized. How we doing on the pushback? We're about ready to set brakes, so we'll do that first.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Alright, we'll go ahead and start number 1. Again, we're waiting for 17 to 25 on N2. Good start. We'll release the tug. Go ahead and kick over the generators for number 2 engine. Now we do have fuel in the center, and I'll get that as we get over for takeoff.
Tow disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time on have a safe flight.
Alright, well thank you for flying with Mike. Better pushback. Okay. Boom. There goes our tug out under our nose. Okay. Okay, so we let him know we saw the pins. He can drive away now. Okay, so where are we in the checklist here? Okay, so we've got the hydraulic pumps on. Let's get the AC/DC meter over to engine 2 for this flight. Probe heats, we'll go ahead and start them heating up. Anti-ice, we're not going to run with packs or back at auto. Isolation valve auto. And the APU bleed is off, as is the APU. Alright, folks. And rounding it up, flaps to 1. Taxi lights on. And engine starts to continuous. Auto brake RTO. Get our transponder over to Tara, or TARA. And heading bug set with the runway. And VNAV, LNAV, and we'll blank the lower cam. There we go. Let's get to the taxiway. Oh, they got balloons here. That's kind of funny. See them off in the distance, folks? That's pretty cool. If you don't see them, look right up where my cursor is. Now we got an Air Canada Airbus in the gates down here. I really thought about coming up on these, folks. But being a charter flight, I opted for where we're at. Okay, one thing about Montreal, folks, most of this whole area here is nothing but de-ice. Can't imagine why. Yeah, nothing but de-icing. Or at least that's how the chart kind of describes it. Okay, there we go. We got 237-165. Hopefully that's not too loud on your ears, the outside noise here. If it is, please let me know. I'll get it turned down. Doesn't sound bad in mine, that's why. But again, I have a volume control on my headset, so I could have it set to not catch it fully like you might be. Also, way off in the distance, you can see what looks like X-Plane's default scenery, city scenery for Montreal. I don't know accuracies and all of that, folks. Believe me, I just wanted out of Montreal as much as as fast as I could when I drove a truck. I just, oh. Clear left and right. Get through the critical area here as quickly as possible of the runway. Even though it's a clear day, doesn't matter, but just try to get through it as quickly as you can. There we go. Here comes the other hold line. All right, we're through it. All right, so let's start doing our takeoff checks. So engine starts again, verifying they're in continues. Auto brake is reject. Runway turnoff lights will stay on. Position lights are steady. We'll get the landing lights extending. Won't turn them on till on the runway. TARA. And we'll go terrain over there. We're going to try with weather on this side. I'm not sure if we have any good solid weather on X-Plane today. There is a batch to our north and west, so we'll see. And finally, LNAV, VNAV, set and armed. Okay, we are ready for takeoff. Trim today 625. Well, there's a lot of hangar space here. I wonder during snows how many airplanes get put in those. Or if they're even able to, I don't know. Get a nice look at this livery they made at Millennium Aviation, affectionately known as Mac Air. Well, let's see what happens today. We had a lot of problems with stream elements last day, and we're still getting it. Don't know what is blocking, but something is definitely blocking us from websites. All right. Looks like we're clear for takeoff, folks. Montreal traffic, Mac Air 572 departing runway 24 left.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Roger, clear for takeoff, Mac Air 572, runway 24 left, straight ahead. 237. Checking left. And right. Okay, lights. Throttling up. And my timer is on. We are stable. Let's go Toga, shall we? Okay, Toga didn't work, so that means I gotta remap the button later. We'll do that at another time.
$80 knots.
There's 80. B1.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Sorry, folks. Just go ahead and turn some autopilot maybe on. Get back on course. Away we go, folks. Welcome. Okay, we're going to get the flaps up and then bring them up and then continue our climb out. One more. Alright, let's do some vectoring, shall we? Alright, first off, after takeoff checks, auto brake off, landing gears off, flaps up and up. Engine start switches are okay where they're at, and
1,000 to go.
one on up.
1,000 to go.
Heading select. We're gonna come on around Okay, now I'm going to turn on the center tanks. Okay, welcome aboard, folks. We're on our way to CYP as in Papa, X as in X-ray. Sky vector it, folks, and you're going to find it's pretty far north. We're going to be landing on a gravel 7,000 foot long strip. Might even be 6,000, but anyway, if we do our job right, it should come in just like it should. Okay. Kind of extend our downwind here. Five, 7. That can't be right. Hang on. We took off on runway 24, right? Okay, that'll work. Alright. So there you go, folks. There's our departure out of... I'll get that turned down here in a second, folks. Well, let's just get it out there. Do it again. Set it. There we go. Away we go, folks. There's our airport. We departed right over there. St. Lawrence Channel. Connecting the Atlantic to the big Great Lakes of the U.S.
Airline of the Year. A special welcome to Advantage in One World members. If you are not an Advantage member, you can sign up at aa.com/join to earn miles for today's flight and continue.
All right, well, we'll let the flight attendants earn their keep back there with their commercials. All right, so we are on our way passing Montreal Trudeau. Is that how this is pronounced? Hang on. Yeah, Trudeau. A lot of the cargo, folks, goes into Mirabel, which is, I don't think we'll be able to see it, but it would be out in this area, out in here. And there's a few others dotting around Montreal. So, but we're going roughly 800 miles, actually almost 900 miles north into the Great White North. Okay, through 10,000, so and let's see, 10,000, the lights come off, 18,000 we'll set for standard day, and we're on our way, folks. Currently showing 2.5 hours there. Let's let our altitude get up, and I'll bet you that gets a little better. I am going to check a couple things here. Okay, I'm looking. Oh, I always forget what I'm looking for here, folks. Any other time I'd find exactly what I'm looking for, and wouldn't you know, can't find it right now. Oh well. We'll look into that deeper. For now, that's just a bummer. We're just gonna have to deal with it being that way. So, no big deal. We did it for 3 hours, 4-hour flight. We can do it on a simple 2-hour flight. All right. Crossed 18,000s. Make sure our lights are off. Get our wing lights off. All right, we are headed up north. Now, Hawker 125 found us this flight. Interesting post in Facebook. I'm not sure if it's going to let me do this, but I'm going to try. Bear with me. I'm working on it. Oh, how am I going to do that? Well, let's find out. Hang on a second. Just about there. There it is. I don't know if it's going to let this go through or not, folks. We're going to try. But this... Oh, it did. But this is what Hawker found. And so I went in. I did a little more digging. And one, it is a real flight in the Dash 200 version of the 737. Now, as we all know, the 737-200s were used a lot up in Alaska, northern Canada, because they were built for it. They could handle the shorter runways. They even devised a ski for the nose gear, which is weird because the C-130s don't have a ski on the nose gear, just the mains. Just calling it out, kind of weird. But anyway, and they have some, I'll call it technology, on the engines to help prevent FOD from coming up in the gravel into the engines. It's quite unique, actually. Great aircraft for it. Well, they're getting ready. Obviously, they're like some of the last 737-200s out there flying. I think Alaska has gotten rid of theirs. Don't quote me on that. They're in 700s for it, for what they did. And they were talking 800s here. So I think it was 800s. But anyway, so we're flying up to that first airport, and then they would work back. The reason they had the intermediate stop, I don't know if it was because of the schedule or lowered fuel, lowered takeoff weight. Remember, I said we're on a 6,000 to 7,000 foot runway. So you are on a bit shorter runway than 737s usually are found. So, all right, so that's why we're heading up there. You can thank Hawker, send all your hate and discontent and love to them, however you look at this on this, but that's where we're headed. So, but you can kind of see the weather up ahead of us. I'm going to go ahead and span out. Well, you know, I really screwed up. I'm glad I did that because I am still heading on a heading of 057. Let's go ahead and do our intercept and get at least to this one. IKNAR. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the co-pilot set up a little further. All right, there we go. As we roll on course, folks, headed to IKNAR, and then on course. So, little flub up on my part, but we're already through 27,000, hour and 56 minutes ahead, folks, so we'll be there hopefully rather quickly. That was an interesting one. Oh boy. All right, folks, so we're going to just kind of sit on the side here as we finish out the climb. And then try and figure out why I don't see a route after this. All right, we'll just go... Oh, I know why. I'm doing it wrong, folks. Sorry. I'm going to select the right one yet. RNAV runway 19. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Forgot to close that up somehow. And we got it fixed now, so... Here, let me show you some things here while we're climbing out. We got a couple thousand to work with. Just kind of using this new charts program. And like you got your night day here. That's kind of interesting. And then up here you have your route. Oh, that's up here. Weather, if you all remember that, shows you where it is, overlays it. See any to our north. But you can see the stuff we may pick up in this area here. Here's what our aircraft's doing.
Go.
So really some neat stuff here, folks, added on. I really like getting rid of that up there too, so get you just that little bit more to see. So yeah, we're going to be flying over the tops of these. So we'll see how they show up again here. So, all right, let me go ahead and get rid of charts because we are beginning to level off. Center tanks are on. Starting to see a little bit of that weather ahead of us. We're about ready to make a turn in about 40 miles. So all right, well, I am going to run some music, folks, and let you all enjoy the hump day as we pass over the hump and slide in towards yet another weekend. Those of you that had Labor Day off, shame on you. No. Shame on you. Got a weekend staring you down already. All right, folks, so we'll be back with you here shortly. And for those that can hear my voice while the system here says we're still in an ad break, I want to say thank you for your subscriptions. And for those newly subscribed by the generosity of other folk on the channel in gifting them to you. Thank you so much. And I hope those of you who got gifted subs find a way to gift as well and start subscribing. We'd love to have. We're looking to add a couple of aircraft. Haven't fully decided yet which ones, and maybe a scenery or two more. And my laptop just did that again. How does it do that? Which one of you is in my laptop? No. Anyway, so thank you, folks. Those of you coming back from the break, welcome back. And consider subscribing, folks. It is Twitch's big month, September, for September, meaning during the month of September, which started on the 1st, ends on the 30th. Let me get it right, 25% off Tier 1, Tier 2, 30% off Tier 3 subscriptions. You can go in, learn those, what each of those are, but most of the time when people subscribe, it's to Tier 1. Boy, we would love a couple Tier 2, Tier 3s, but, you know, folks, I'm just happy if you just follow. But subscribing, just as I was telling our subscribers and thanking them, helps us to look at getting other aircraft. Currently, In the payware side of the house, we have the 727 aforementioned from FlyJ. That is supposed to be coming out possibly soon for X-Plane 12. And it will be upgraded here. The free ZIBO that you see here, we'll talk about that more in flight. The Fearless 747, you all saw in our last stream from Singapore to Hong Kong. We also fly the Tolus A319 and A320 Neos. I'm sorry, A319, A320 Neo. Those are two payware aircraft that you all helped purchase for me, as well as the Flight Factors A320 and 767. All of that was made possible and assisted me in being able to purchase them to then showcase to you all. And I just want to say thank you so much. Everything that we bring in, be it from subscriptions, donos, biddies, however you support the stream, we turn around to try to put the best equipment out there. We've also bought Atlanta scenery, which we plan to showcase tomorrow, along with Philly and St. Louis. We also bought Chicago, but I wasn't really happy with it, folks. Well, things like that happen. But I just want to say thank you to y'all. Without your generous support in the subscriptions, I can get them, but it just helps. So thank you so much. And again, it's September, so 25% off tier 1, 25% off tier 2. And if you're so bold and go tier 3, hey, Twitch is giving you 30% off. So again, thank you so much for your support. Followers, oh, you're just as important. Without you being along here, I know you have to endure the ads, but thank you so much. And we have pulled them back a little to about a minute every 20 minutes, so hopefully that's a little better for y'all. Even the ad revenue that comes in does help the stream, so as well as Twitch. Don't get me wrong, they get help probably more, but that's how it is, folks. So, but again, thank you. All right, we are now on course. Now, I wanted to mention ZIBO. I made mention of it when I was thanking y'all. Hang on a second. Let me get some aviating done here. There we go. What I do is I try to keep my heading close to where I am, so when I put so say like we got to where we're ready to put in a arrival, or we change. All of a sudden you see the airplanes turning around on you folks out there. That's because it's going back to the previous fix. But if you have your heading set to your flight, or as close to it, you can punch that heading select. Airplane will rewrite itself on your route, and then you can troubleshoot what the heck just happened. It's happened to us here, folks, and so you got to be ready to get it back on that route. So, but anyways, ZIBO. Folks, this is an interesting little animal, and I want to thank the ZIBO folks for it. If you're coming like I did from the FSX world, we're not going to talk about the current version of that land. PMDG was the name of the game. That was the top dog. You wanted your software to aspire to that level of I don't know the word I'm looking of, detail. And X-Plane has an equivalent. It's ZIBO here, folks. When you buy X-Plane, you get the 737-800, although it's not like this. This is an actual mod that you download, install, and folks, I'm going to tell you, PMDG gets a run on this, not the other way around. This is one hell of a program, folks. And to add to spicing up that little pot of chili going here with between the two, this one's free. You didn't get a static burst in your earphones or your speakers. It is free. So you paid $60 for X-Plane 12 and you got all the bells and whistles that come with it. Not, well, we'll give you a little bit here, give you a little bit here for this level, and a little bit more here for this level. No, you get it all, folks, for $60 in X-Plane. Then you go out, you get this mod that's free to download. And folks, this blows. To me, PMDG is still trying to catch up to it, but I know some of you will show me where PMDG excels. Fine. But I didn't lose any money here to put ZIBO in, and it is just phenomenal what it does. Now, do I have a couple problems with it? Yes. And by the way, this screen moving, that's nothing to do with ZIBO. That's X-Plane and my graphics card. So, but anyway, the things I would like, besides X-Plane doing that to me, being able to pop these windows out so that if I have to drop down here, I can compare notes. But beyond that, folks, phenomenal program. I just will not be going back to that other side, so, as I call it, the dark side. So, this is a great download, folks. It is one of those little hidden gems of X-Plane that technically it's not a laminar product, but it modifies a laminar product. Let's put it that. I don't even know if I can legally say it that way too. But anyway, ZIBO is wow. And I'm sure you guys are going, yeah, that's yeah, we got it all, folks. Oh, I'm sure, I'm like sure that PMDG, ACARs, and this and that, and I don't know what it takes to do that, but boy, I'm happy with what I've got here. So, I hope you enjoy the flight. We're going to be in ZIBO. We've still got a good hour and 40 minutes to go. We are at our cruise altitude, although I think I haven't checked winds, which is what I'm headed to right now. But, hang on a second. Let me just get my SimAware set up. There we go. So in case Montreal comes up and I can kind of see how the weather is fanning out. See if we see it like we did last time down in South America. The last time we flew ZIBO, which was last week. So, alright, enough yip-yapping here on my part. Let's get some music going so you all can kind of unwind. Those of you in the unwind mode. 1997 Air, welcome aboard. Hope you're having a great hump day as we push through the middle of the week. Oh, I guess it would help to turn the weather on, wouldn't it? I just realized, why am I not seeing weather? Oh yeah, the weather radar wasn't on. And you can see it's starting to show. We'll see if it gets to the intensity levels like it did down there. Now, it didn't go into the oranges and the reds and those kinds of colors. It stayed in the greens, but much better. The ZIBO guys have this radar thing down, I think. All right, let's take a look here. Top of descent, 600 miles away. We should be landing with 9.3. Remember, we needed 8.3 coming into our destination airport to be able to make it to our alternate. And that is going to be fun to work with all day. Oh boy. Well, if it isn't one thing, it's another here. So, folks, welcome aboard Flying with Mike, and we'll do what we can to get us up to, and I'm going to try it again, Puvirnituq. Puvirnituq, northern Quebec. Uh-oh, I see fighters coming up at me. I must have really insulted them. I also think my sound creeps up. And yes, it's Millennium Aviation today, folks. We're flying for. Folks, if you haven't checked them out, I am going to try this a different way. Since something either in Twitch or Stream Elements, which still shows up as a mod, but you hit unmod, it says it isn't a mod. So let me try something. So y'all can check them out. Because, folks, I'm going to tell you, they're right now, I'll give you a little bit of background with them. Right now, they are working on updating their website. And, see, oh, let me do it that way. Go figure. I'm really curious what it's going to look like. Yeah, they have a new ACARS client they're working with, Smart Cars 3. It's out of beta, I do know that. Have I tried the level up? I have heard rumors, and again, it's only rumors. It's not compatible with X-Plane 12. So that is why I'm not using the level up. But again, it's just rumors. I can't validate what I've heard, if it's true or not. So, but I'm kind of content with ZIBO. But I know they come out with the 700 and the 900, I think, at level up. So, but no, I have not tried the level up, nor did I try it in X-Plane 11. But Millennium Aviation, folks, quick little history on them. Some of you I know out there follow Mac, Captain Mac. Hang on a second. Didn't want to cough in your ears again. Captain Mac has a huge following on YouTube. Great videos come out of his adventures, and he started Millennium Aviation Company, Mac Air. Oh, wonder where he got that name from. But anyway, it is a very open airline. By open, I don't want it to sound like you can do just about anything you want. But it's pretty close to that. The only boundaries is if they don't have that aircraft in their software. By that I mean ACARs, or ability to bid on. And even then, it can be fudged so long as it meets their substitution rules. So, it's getting really dark. Ooh, we're not in October yet for the spookiness to start up out here. But you can fly just about any aircraft you want. They have 4 divisions. The open division is what you hire into. Then you can request to join the charter, cargo, or historical. And you can fly for all 4, and the requirements are just the same. Your 1 flight a month deal. It doesn't matter if you flew it in historical, open, whatever. I fly I don't fly historical yet there. I may have to here soon. But they also have a 5th division for those of you that love it as real as you can get. Called the Pro Division. You fly with an instructor. You do check rides. And I haven't tried it out yet. I'm still, well, kind of wondering how that'll work in a streaming atmosphere. But they have just about every aircraft out there loaded into their flight schedules. They have just about, well, whenever they set it up, all of those airlines, it seems like throughout the world, loaded in there. And folks, it's just amazing. Worst case scenario, if I can't find a flight like this one, I go to the charter division and build one up, and then there'll be something there for someone else. So, I mean, really a dynamite airline. And like I said, they are updating right now. So, really looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like in the next couple of months. So, but I'm going to tell you, this livery is available at the site. And it comes in a 3-pack, different tail colors, and boy, I love this. These are my favorites. So, all right, so we're rolling by the weather. Let's just kind of kick back. And I saw that, Matt, and I'll have to check it out. Because there are times I would like to try a 700 out instead of always flying the 800. Although, you know, to me a 737 is a 737. It's not like flying a 747 where you got the 200 that's totally encompassed in the cockpit because you got to do 3 jobs as one. Where the 400, you just kind of kick your feet up and go, okay, yeah, this switch, okay. All right, let me put some stuff in the FMC. Okay, go plane. Oh, am I going to get hate mail from 747 pilots? But, I mean, literally, if you look at them, they're like night and day. But the workload is spread across 2 guys in the 400 and 400-8. So, all right, so let's see what we're staring down on the radar. Doesn't look too ominous, nor on sim aware. And what I'm gonna do right now, let's put up bring up charts. Okay, we still got it in the mode of weather. So you can see we got some funky stuff off to the north and west here. Let's go ahead and turn. Ooh. Try that again. Oh. Sorry about that, folks. Had another cough. Alright, let me try turning off the weather. Alright, let's look at the airport we're going to. Okay, runways 1 and 19. Now, when you see it like this, folks, where there's not... Here, let me show you the difference. See how the runway looks here? Here's what CYUL. See, now you know you got a hard surface. Alright, so we're going to be landing on... should say gravel. So it's going to make it for fun. Elevation's 83 feet. We're going to be parking down here. And my goal is to land this way so we can just go right off and hopefully not into the lake down here. But into the parking area. And do a sliding stop and, you know, do it in flying with Mike-esque. So I just wanted to give you an idea. We got a 6,300 foot runway. So we'll be probably flaps 40, but we'll see when we get closer. All right. But we've got oh, hang on, I'll get it to you in a second. All right, we still got a good 672 miles to go. Look, see what I mean? Look at the weather showing up here, folks. Much improved. Now, I don't know if that's X-plane, ZIBO, or what. Just really showing up really well right now. Nice little build-up right in front of us here. I'm going to go ahead and kick on the ice because we are up north. See what it looks like out. What do we got here? Leone 195. Thanks for the follow, sir. Welcome in. Welcome to the family here at Flying with Mike. Thank you so much. Folks, that also reminds me. And I haven't figured out how to do that yet. We are currently, folks, if you didn't know, we crossed 300 followers a couple days ago. Last week, I think it was. And we are going to celebrate with a group flight. And you're the ones going to tell me where we're flying to. And if you want to throw the aircraft in, hey, that might just be even great too. May or may not be able to follow on that, but we'll fly the flight as a group, or I would like it to be as a group, but I get it. Everyone works at different times throughout the world, trying to get us all in at one spot. It's like, yeah, sure. But I'd love to try it out. To celebrate, or if anything, worst case, we'll turn it into a gift card-a-thon like we did once and get a gift card off to a raffle for gift cards. We'll figure that out down the road. We want to get this started with a point A and a point B. You can feel free to put it here, and then I'll put it over in my Discord channel. Hang on a second. Go. So, boy, actually, I'm going to turn on the wing ice. Just precaution. So, anyway, you know, if you get over to our Discord channel, I'm going to try to bring that invite over here because it gets gobbled up by whatever is on my stream right now, and I'm trying to figure out what or who turned something on. Oh, we've gone to hyperspace, folks. So there's an invite to the Discord channel, folks, and feel free to come over. We'll get you all set up over there as quickly as I can, and go from there. So, and I will be right back. Our dog just returned from daycare. Stand by. All right, folks, sorry about that. All right, so we got a master caution for fuel. It just means need to see where we are on the center tank. They're empty. And off they go. That should clear, and did. All right. So, but anyway, folks, yeah, we're looking at doing a group flight. So head over to the Discord channel. The invite's in the chat. If you need it again, let me know. And I know how to get around whatever's going on with stream elements or the stream itself. So, and that way we'll set it up. The most votes for wherever people want to go. I might throw some destinations up here soon if I don't see any. It's in the flight suggestion area. And we'll decide upon which one. So, like I said, aircraft I'm not so concerned with, but point A to point B I am, just because I want it to be where you all would like to see flown. And then those that we don't use could become follow-on streams down the road. Ulterior motives. But again, welcome in, folks. Welcome in. And if you're new, hey, we'd love you to smash the follow button like Leon 195 just did, and become part of our team, our family here at Flying with Mike. And that way you'll get noticed information when we go live. It'll be emailed to you, a quick little blurb. Flying with Mike is flying between here and there. So, also, if you haven't, and I know some of you won't, but we do have a YouTube channel. And like I said in the beginning, if you miss any part of this because of commercials or what have you, head over to the YouTube channel, folks. This stream will be uploaded and put in there. Granted, it won't be live, but you'll be able to at least see what you missed. So, but believe it or not, we've got a really good following over there as well. So, matter of fact, we got a video that's just like smoking hot over there, and I have, I tried to figure it out because it's got like 1,500 views or better. Like, holy mackerel. So, and it was Bermuda to Philly. So, all I can say is thank you, folks. Just mind-boggling. Just amazing. Thank you. All right, well, I'm going to let you listen to the music, folks, as we fly on. We've got about another 500 miles to go. So enjoy the music, and we'll be talking to you again here in the next few minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Give you a little bit of a break from me. Let you enjoy the music, unwind from your hump days, as you are now can go, oh, the weekend isn't too far off now. Of course, except for those of you that had Monday off. You don't get to say that. You got to wait till tomorrow. Oh, just kidding, guys. All right, so let's just continue on here. Flight level 350, Mach 0.75. That's all CI6 gives us. Well, we're going to raise that next time. Enjoy the music. Hey, Hawker, welcome back. This is the route you suggested. Granted, I'm sure not the plane you wanted to see, but hey. Alright folks, we're back out of the break, and I'm back from doing a couple of small things around the house here. And got some headache medicine going. Been running a headache for the last few days, so I thought, let's see if Motrin can do something about it with these allergies. Alright, so let's see. We are currently 40 miles from our destination. However, more importantly, the 400-mile mark to top of descent. So we'll start talking that here shortly, but just want to open it up to whatever you all have on your mind. And folks, don't forget it's September, meaning in the month of September 1 to September 30. If you subscribe to this channel or any channel out there, folks, it's 25% off Tier 1. Tier 2, at the Tier 3 level, they give you 30% off at Twitch. And there's some discounts with the loot. Loot Cave they have at Twitch. So check them out, folks. It's a good time to get some discounts through Twitch. And show some love to your favorite channels out there. We hope we're one of those you show that love to by subbing. Gift subs, I believe, are 25% off as well, folks. So we've got a bunch that were handed out here at the beginning of the month. I hope you guys and gals that receive those gift subs enjoy the ad-free viewing. That's one of the big perks. I'm still working on Discord to get some sub benefits there as well for subbing the channel, open channels and all of that. So I just it's confusing to me how people are able to do some. I just don't get how some of the people set up their Twitch channels, and because I'd like to add a couple of their features or with my own take on it, and I just can't figure out what they did. Also, folks, like I said earlier, the group flight, we surpassed 300 followers here on Twitch, and we're very close to it. It's at our YouTube channel as well. Folks, I want to do a group flight, and I know the chances of it being an actual all-out group flight with hundreds of people following me is like next to none. But, you know, hey, I open it up to all of you to fly with me. And I want to celebrate that. So give me some ideas over at our Twitch channel. Or Twitch channel. Well, you can put it here in the chat. Or at our Discord channel. And love to see where your guys are thinking. You know, maybe if I have to go geographically instead of point A to point B. But just give me some ideas, folks. And Hawker, before you say Singapore to JFK or the reverse, I'll do it. You're going to have to fly the whole flight with me in the plane on VATSIM. So before you say it, think. And no, folks, I will not do an 18-hour flight. It's hard enough to stream 9 to 10-hour flights like I did from Honolulu to Japan, Boston into Europe. They're hard. So not so hard when you're not tied to the stream, but boy, when you're streaming, wow, it's challenging. It's a lot of work. So, all right, folks. So, what say you? What's on your mind this fine hump day? Hump day, as the camel said in the Geico commercials, if you all get those in your locale. All right, folks. Just so you know, Hawker 125 sent me a message saying, why don't we try, and we gave you the link there in YouTube, or up here, let me find it, of how this flight that I'm doing today came about. Maybe. See if it'll let me do it this way. Perfect. You can check out the link that I just clicked there. It's a Facebook, so hopefully you're on the Book of Face. And it's a real-world flight, folks, that happens out of Montreal, flies up to this airport. My guess is it comes back through La Grande and back into Montreal, mainly to keep the weight down on us. You know, you're only taking off on 6,300 feet of runway. And for a 737, I mean, it can be done, don't get me wrong, especially with the short takeoff packages installed. But, boy, guys, that's not a lot of runway. Even in an Airbus, which routinely do it throughout Europe, it can come down to, what, 5,000? Trying to think what Gibraltar is and a couple of others that are really short. So I'm sure that's why the stop in La Grande, other than maybe they got to stop in La Grande, who knows. But anyway, a great little story piece on it, but that's where this flight originated from. Granted, the 737-200 was not used, obviously. It's not available yet from FlyJSim, as I understand it. Hopefully here soon with the 727. So, but yeah, we're flying it in the Dash 800. All right, there we go. Sorry, getting the sniffles on top of it all, folks. So, I hope y'all, like I said, have had a great week. Granted, I know there's still more of it to go, but may it be a blessed one for you. We just basically turned the corner, and the unofficial start to fall happened over the Labor Day weekend here in the United States. I say unofficial because the official date isn't until like September 2021, depending when it actually falls. But so it is now time to turn our eyes on things in flight simming and the real world flyers of cold weather flying. So, especially if you're going to head up to places like this, or even Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg, Minneapolis, Chicago, you know, you're talking some fun. And we plan to try some things out. We when X-Plane 12 first released earlier in the year, late last year, Tolis came out with their A319. I bought it, and I iced up in the ice. It was amazing. In fact, I couldn't recover. It stunk, but is what it is. But hopefully by now things are to a point where we can recover by, you know, procedures. So and I'm here to tell you the clouds are just okay. Granted, when you get up here, folks, there's, you know, this is what you kind of get, that low kind of blanket like type cloudiness, whereas down in the U.S. at this time of the year, pointing southward, you get the billowing cumuloclouds and all of that. But folks, this looks outstanding. So there's our little ball in the sky for the sun. And yes, we are passing through some high-level cirrus cloudiness, albeit not what you're traditionally used to seeing. All right, are we still on with the wing ice? Yes. Okay, so. All right, so pretty much weather-wise, either there's just no radars up here to help us, because folks, the onboard radar won't see it. Even active sky, folks, it comes from the ground reporting stations. So unless they start developing a great radar in the plane, we're gonna have to hope for ground stations. But over here are our ground returns for terrain. That's doing pretty good. As I look at the map here, get up about where we are. Not a lot of high terrain, but yet there is some. Let me rephrase that. There's really not high terrain. It's just some elevated features. All right, and currently about 300 miles out. All right, I think this is a good time, folks. Let me just make sure nothing came in. Nope. All right, so let's talk about this arrival. Again, we're going way up north here in Canada. We're in Buffalo Bills territory, almost, except the other side of the territories. He's over in the Yellowknife area. We're over here in Quebec. Although it's not like they don't fly over here. All right, so let's trying to think how I want to start this off. You know what? We'll just do it with Sim Toolkit. Too many things to think through here, folks. Alright, so here's Sim Toolkit, folks. Again, another great utility, folks. It's not X-plane specific. All flight sims can use it. It's free. It's a great... here, let me get rid of NavGraph for the moment. Great. Gives moving map, weather, the whole 9 yards. Where's ATC? Waldo's somewhere out here too, and just a great overall for both streamers. Great application for both streamers and you pilots. You can see the traffic around you, which as you can see, where's this guy going? Okay, he's headed across the pond, so he's not a factor. Nobody's headed, you know, nobody really flies up here extensively. Thunder Bay, by the way. Oh, that's not Thunder Bay. But anyway, so you can see our route here, and it looks weather-free. Problem is, weather radars are sparse, so we're not going to get much like this. Now, SkyVector comes with it, or very easily to add. All you got to do is click the cog here, along with NavGraph, SimBrief, and DATIS. I've included DATIS because this is a one-stop shop. I can go flight plan, I can do flight schedules, look at my logbook, fleet, I mean, a whole bunch of stuff here. to help you, the streamer, you, the pilot, out in your flying. It's very intuitive stuff. I included NavGraph. That is a payware item. It comes with your charts program. When you update your charts, update your FMCs, which, by the way, I think September 10th. Somebody could correct me on that. I think it's September 10th when we do that. Let me see if I can get to that init page. September, tomorrow, folks. It will happen tomorrow. September 6th is, maybe it's, well, they didn't say outdated, so. All right, so your charts, your FMC data, sim data, folks, updates tonight or tomorrow. So be ready for that update. I will be as well. Just like I had an update release candidate 2 for 06, as well as the ZIBO and charts. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay, so we're back. So then what you can do is you can, for a small extra fee to your subscription to keep your FMCs and now your simulators, folks, both X-Plane and that dark side, you can keep them up to date. That was something you used to not be able to do very easily. They actually had to come out with an entire new sim to update it. Now you can update it through NavGraph. Outstanding. So let's look here. All right, so here's our flight. We're coming in to runway 19er. So let me remove that and select 19. All right, and when we select the approach, look at this. I have an NDB. No, we're not flying an NDB. I don't like NDBs. I need a good instructor to teach me how to use the NDB. It is the device, folks, that has spanned the history of flight. Yeah, the one that I just can't get my hands around. So we're going to do the RNAV. And we're going to come into XEVAD. And then you can see the route adjusting to it. That's pretty cool. All right, and then, so let's, I'm sorry, I was going to go somewhere, then I changed up on y'all. You can see all the different fixes and all. That can all be changed, by the way. But anyway. Oh, it hasn't updated here yet. I forgot how we do that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so we're going to fly. Now you can see it's down here to make it easy for us to see. So we're going to be flying into the XEVAD fix and then over to Mortu, Urnab, and right on to 19. Again, remember why I chose 19. 270 wind. I got about a few knots in my favor. Not much. But we're going to be coming into runway right off the end of the runway that way, instead of having to do a back taxi. But if we have to do the back taxi, we will, folks. Don't get me wrong. Okay, this is an RNAV approach for those of you all in instrument training. GNS RNAV approach. So you've got to have that equipment to be able to fly it. So the weather observatory station, there's your frequencies. I do not know if this would work in X-Plane. Center, Quebec radio, Unicom, and interesting. It's the same frequency. when it's in up. How are you? Oh, okay. Help me out with that one, folks. I gotta be too dense to understand this. All right, so again, GPS approach. This is automatic in your system. Okay. Final approach course is 186, so we'll make sure we turn the heading to that, just in case. Your nap, 1,400 feet. That we have to be at. Our LPV decision altitude is 330 feet above sea level in bold, or mean sea level as many of you hear it. In the parentheses, it's 250 feet above the ground. Subtract the two, you get 83 feet. Same point in the sky, it's just how you delineate how you're going to measure it, from the sea level or from above the ground. 1,700 feet. In all directions is our minimum safe. And missed approach is up to 1,600 feet. The Tavba, and shuttle climb. Whatever the heck a shuttle climb is. Never heard that before. Oh, sorry folks, my allergies are just terrible right now. Transition level, North America, 18,000. Safe altitude within 100 miles, 2,600 feet, even though our minimum safe is 1,700. Procedure on the fringe of the WASP coverage, occasional outages occur, and there is pilot controlled lighting. I don't know if we'll get to play with it or not. Never have yet, but I have heard it works. Okay, so coming in, folks, we'll be coming right up here to XEVAD. Make our turn for 5 miles at 096, then turn in on 186. Recommended altitudes 10 miles out, 3,300 feet. Working our way in. Vertically. Or2, which is where we're turning to from XVAD. A recommended 1,400 feet to Europe. That way we can just work down the glide slope. Don't know if we're going to see that on the gauges or not. I haven't seen it in a while. Okay. And then finally, 250 AGL and a mile is our minimums. Give you an idea where we're at. Let me come down here, get rid of Sim Toolkit. Menu, D-Link, gets AOC. Request the weather, let's see if it comes in. CYPX. Oh, you gotta love this system sometimes. There's our message. No METAR data. Okay, so that's something I was a little concerned with. Oh my God, I thought we were 11 miles out. Oh. 335 miles. Okay. I'm like, oh, we're going into a hole to get down. All right, so there you go, folks. You see how it's set up here. All right, now we're going to come over here. We're going to work up. That was my bad. And to go here. Okay, not sure why we can't get a Wait a minute. That's why I'm clicking the wrong one. Okay. Now I'm kind of curious if anything's gonna work. Alright, they're still calling 270 at 27. I have no idea what the true weather is there. So let's just go with what we get at 27. It's a heck of a crosswind, folks. Temperature 6. And a 10:02. Gonna go flaps 40. We're gonna run anti-ice on, air conditioning on brakes. Let's go max 3. Landing weight projected for this flight was 136, 152. And we're going to add 5. All right, so we should have, gotta love it, 1,656 meters. Look how much we're going to have. Means I'm going to be trying to set it down in here, folks. So we have the maximum amount of runway to get stopped. (1,800 feet is our landing distance in meters. Alright, so hopefully as we fly by we can get a feel for the winds, if there are any here, folks. We'll find out when we get there. So there you have it, folks, our arrival brief. I know I miss things, folks. We're set up in the box. We'll set the ref speed up here shortly. Currently -5 is 7, so 137 is what we're looking at. We'll see how this translates itself in. But currently, folks, we are looking at 200 miles, so we got about 15 minutes at the most to top a descent. Folks, start thinking about your predictions for this landing. I'm going to go ahead and put mine in. And it's just the exclamation mark, the word predict, and a negative number. So looking forward to y'all smashing that follow button and joining in with Flying with Mike. And we'll be back with you here shortly. Alright, I see I made a boo-boo over at Mac Air and posting a couple of screenshots. Forgot to put the division it's with. Missed that in the instructions. My apologies, Captain Mac. Alright, so, well, we'll continue on. But again, folks, I hope you enjoy the flight. Like I said, we're coming into a 6,300-foot gravel runway. And believe it or not, they have... That article mentions there's talk of bringing 737. It's either going to be 700s like Alaska flies, or the 800s, fitting them up in combi fashion. Into action up here using that short takeoff package, and I'm going to see if we have such an animal so we can use it on this aircraft, because getting out of there is going to be a challenge. But we don't have to worry about that. We're just getting in there. It's kind of like that 747 that was aiming for Wichita and ended up at the Cessna plant or something like that, and the runway was really not long enough for them. They had to get it out of there, though. So, happened a few years ago, folks. Well, Wichita, there are so many airports so close together. It's very easy to all of a sudden line up visually thinking you're lining up right, and lo and behold, you're on the wrong one. And there's been a couple really bad crashes. Same thing happening, except on the ground, getting onto the wrong runway. So, always verify everything you're doing, folks. You know, look down. If this doesn't say runway heading, or you might want to think about it. And I'm not here to second guess crews where that tragically happened, but that's all that needed to happen. So, always verify where you are. So, otherwise you might end up talking to Hawker. So, that's as far as we're going to go with that, Hawker. So, play the music, folks. 007 is our heading. And just so you all know, in about 70 miles, we'll begin setting up all of our bells and whistles here for the arrival, so we can start our top of descent at probably about 10 or 20 miles from top of descent. You can see it's starting to creep on the map here. We're set to 160-degree arc to get the maximum look at the weather, so if we got to deviate, we can figure out how we're going to deviate. So, sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. While you're in your chairs, keep your seatbelts fastened. You never know when we'll get a jolt of turbulence. So, enjoy the ride, folks. All right, let's see where we stand. We just went to a commercial break. Okay, we're about 100 or so miles out from top of descent. Let's just verify. We're going to come down to let's come down to well, they recommend 1,400 feet of Mertu. We'll just plan that 1,400. Oop. So 35 minus 14 times 3. All right, 78 miles. Okay. All right, folks. It's actually coming together pretty nicely. We are currently 250 miles out of the airport, by the way we fly the track. 120 miles from top of descent. And we have briefed our arrival. We get in here, catch up my checklist. Decision or descent altitude will be set here shortly. But what I can do, let's go ahead and only go by the weather we have, which we really don't have. 10:02. Okay, and we'll come down to 255. Okay. We got a master caution. Let's find out what we got going on. Okay. Keep an eyeball on that. We may have to start descending early. Trips again, we'll start our descent early so we can get down into the safer atmosphere for people to breathe so they don't end up falling asleep and the oxygen masks popping out on them. Right, for now, go ahead and kill the wing ice for now. Well, we're going to keep the rest on just for protection on the gravel as well. So, all right, folks. So I hope you're enjoying the ride. We're heading up in here to northern Quebec. PUV Puvirnituq Airport, Puvirnituq Airport, CYPX, 6,300-foot gravel runway we plan to be setting the 737 down on. Now, I mentioned tail swaps earlier. The flight was originally going to be flown in the C-130, L-100-30 civilian counterpart. Problem is, I couldn't get my views to work right in the aircraft. So we abandoned that, and then we're going to try in a different airplane. Thought about the Citation 10. But then I thought, nah, let's stay closer to either the 130 or flown by a 737. So we opted to swap yet again to the 737 on it. Thought about an Airbus, but we stayed with the 73. So that's a little bit of history on the stream side of how we came up with the aircraft for this. The C-130 would have been no problem on this. Just got to figure out how to get rid of the crew members in the X-Hangar version of it. Easy to get rid of them in the actual C-130, but the L-100 it wasn't. Let's get out here and show off that pretty livery. Get it out here in the sun. Gotta say, whoever came up with this paint at Millennium, outstanding job. There's a blue tail, well, the blue tail you see, there's a red tail and a white tail. I just think this one looks the great, although the red tail looks good too. Oh, but just phenomenal job. Just love it, folks. So, all right, now I know we're getting in close. Just want to give another shout out to my friends over at Mac Air. All right, folks, check them out. Sure call. I think they're a great bunch of people to fly for. All right, let's get in the cockpit. All right, we are inside 80 miles, so let's start. Okay, we've got our altimeter set. Really a neat feature on this aircraft, folks. You can preset your altimeter, so when you click standard, it will go to that. Double check our numbers over here. Oops. Okay, everything's as best we can set up to. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Let me take a look at something here. Yeah, we got a headwind. Okay, it's a cross component of 27 knots. Ooh. Hopefully, it's not as bad as we're being told. Alright, folks, sorry about that. Okay. Top of descent almost within 40 miles, so we'll set 2,000 feet. Once we cross over, and we'll be ready for descent. I hope y'all are enjoying the flight. A little bit on the longer side, but I hope you enjoy. It's kind of odd to head this far north, but I know over in Europe you guys do it all the time. Up into Sweden and Finland. A lot of airports up north that the airliners go to. So, yeah, we have a few over here on this side of the Earth. All right, let's set 2,000. Okay. And we're going to give it about another 10 or so miles, and then we're going to start our descent. And there's a couple, let's just talk about that real quick while we burn off those 10 miles. Couple of ways to do this, folks. You can hit the altitude intervene, or you can go to descent and click descent now. Before you do all of this, double check your forecast and see what you're set at. Okay, we're at 18,000. This is where you set your landing transition. You do it, I believe, trying to remember through the pages. For takeoff, I forget where it is. I'd have to really go back through. What we're gonna do here, we'll use the we'll do the descend now. What the heck? But your choice, folks, what you want to use, be it the altitude intervene here or the descend now under descent. Now, if yours is set up with a different type of FMC where it just says VNAV here, click VNAV page through to the descent page. You'll get the descent now as well as the forecast as soon as you get on the descent page. Okay, so another 5 miles to go, and we'll punch that button and start our descent. So, folks, if you're new to the channel, boy, we'd love you to smash that follow button. Join our team, our family here at Flying with Mike. I'd love you to be a part of it. You get an email letting you know when we go live. You can join us live and enjoy us on. You can also get over to our Discord channel. You can do that anytime, folks. And be a part of us over there as well. And like I've alluded to before, we do have a YouTube channel that if you miss anything here and you want to go back and see it or relive it to understand what I was trying to say, there's the link to our channel over at YouTube. About 350 videos I think we have uplifted to there right now. So all right, we need to start our descent. I went long on that. There we go. Confirm. And oh, I know what it is. It's the execute button. There we go. All right, and we'll start our descent. And with that, we'll go ahead and kill the music and pick it up once we're ready to at the end of the flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
All right, folks, there you have it. We'll hold off on the wings. Reason being, it tells the flight attendants prepare for takeoff or sit down or whatever. We'll do that when we get a little closer. And you can see our runway information's popped up here. And I am going to go ahead and dial us down a little. And let's go ahead and, well, we got about 100 miles, so I'm just going to let it go until we cross over. But again, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the ride out of Montreal up here to Puvirnituq, and hopefully we'll have a interesting approach. Always is if flying with Mike. Don't forget to put in your predictions. That's an exclamation mark, the word predict, a space, and a negative number. All right, hang on a second, folks. I'm going to bounce this out. All right. All right, there we go, starting down. And personally, I'd like to kind of be around 2,000 feet around our missed approach fix of Twanda, I think it was. What was it called? Tavba. Sorry, Tavba. That way we can kind of look and see the runway and maybe do a visual. But worst case, we'll fly the, well, we'll see if we get an LPV. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in not getting that to show up on my dials. So, again, one last time here, folks, before we get on the ground. It is September, and those of you hearing my voice right now, for the most part, are subscribed to the channel. And we want to say thank you so much. The money that we earn from the subscriptions, donos, and biddies go back into the stream. Excuse me. To buy aircraft that we think will be interesting for the stream, as well as a couple times now we bought some sceneries. So thank you. Thank you so much. Also, to those of you who gift, thank you so much, and I hope to those new subscribers who received gifted subscriptions, enjoy the ad-free viewing. That's just one of the big benefits of being a subscriber is you don't have to put up with the commercial breaks. So again, thank you so much. And if you're in the mood to gift, folks, that too is 25% off. 25% off Tier 1, 25% off Tier 2, 30% off Tier 3 subscriptions. Not just this channel, although kind of leaning towards this channel, but whatever channel you want to subscribe to. But thank you so much, and folks, it is September till the end of the month, so we'd love for you to consider that. All right, as you can see, I am going to need to probably steepen up a little bit more. Go ahead and bring the speed up to get us more in line. The triangle you see here, folks, looks like your glide slope. Well, that's what it is. Truly is that even in your descents, it's helping you to know where is that sweet spot in the descent to reach, in this case, 2,000 feet on your approach. Now, we're also speeding up so that we're not dragging 240 knots all the way in. 50 knots, my bad. But we'll see how this works out as we come through 24,000. All right. Now we definitely need those flight attendants getting the cabin ready. Nobody should be getting out of their seats anymore, as we're getting in close enough to where we'll be on the ground in about 15 minutes. And that's right there is about our airport, so I'm doing really good in getting us down to around 2,000. We still got about 12,000 before we really slow this plane up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull the speed brakes off, see how we do. Excuse me. As long as we keep it between 280 and 290, I'm happy. Okay, the wing lights, we'll bring them on under 18,000. All right, we're going to go for brakes 3. Actually, I thought about max. We'll see when we get on the ground if we go max. See how that worked out so nicely. Okay, we're 255, is that correct? 250, 255 is perfect. All right. Oh, and for those of you that love the auto land feature on most of these modern aircraft, good luck doing that here, folks. All right, let's go ahead for now, for safety, put the wing ice back on. As we're about to start punching into the clouds. While we're at it, let's take a look out the nose. And basically right now I am slowing us up to 250, and I'm actually gonna get us to slow even quicker. This 10,000 is coming up. Let's go ahead and get those lights on. All right, there's 240. Oh, we're going to get a nice sunset arrival through these clouds. This ought to be interesting, hopefully. All right, folks, welcome. We're on the approach to CYPX Puvirnituq. I'm not even, that's about the best I'm going to get. Y'all that know it in French or whatever language that is, have fun with me. Be nice, though. All right. Let me just see what we have going on out here, folks. All right, and if folks you're new to the channel, we would love for you to follow us. Simply smash that follow button, and that'll send an email. Well, by smashing the follow button and the notifications when we go live, you'll receive an email saying, hey, Flying with Mike's live, whatever's in the message. If you're on YouTube and watching the replays, we'd first love for you to come over to live. It's there on the down in the bottom in the Twitch information. But if you click that subscribe and like, oh, would we love that. Helps the algorithmic numbers and all that YouTube uses. But it also helps me to know what you, the viewers, like to watch. But by clicking subscribe and the like and the bell, you get notified when a new video comes out by email. So anyway, we'll get that all dispensed with. Let's head on in here, folks, shall we? Okay, we're at 5,000 feet. I am going to begin to slow us. We'll keep it up a little bit here. But as we cross TAVPA, our holding point for the missed approach, we're going to go ahead and kick her down to 220. So again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike live here today on Twitch. Again, show us some love with a follow. And if you're so inclined, boy, would we love for you to take advantage of those Twitch deals and the September deals they have out there. All right. Landing checklists. Let's start into them. Okay, altimeters are set, approach is set, ILS course and frequencies. We're not worried about VCARD. Let's go ahead now and get that worked up. We're going to go flaps 40. Okay, VCARD's in and set. VREF 137, flaps 40. We're coming upon, ooh, we need a lot more speed brake. And we are in the clouds, folks. Let's go to 220.
2500.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring us down to 210 or 200. Lights on, anti-ice on, signs are on. Okay. Brakes are set at 3. Let's go flaps 1. CYPX traffic, Mac Air 572, downwind runway 19er. Let's get down to flaps 5. We'll see how the needles work out here, folks. All right, well, missed the runway. Well, we can try it this way. Good thing is when we roll out, hopefully things aren't too bad. Actually looking like this could be a horrible tailwind. 320 at 19 we're showing.
CYPX traffic, radio check.
Aircraft at CYPX, you're 5x5. We're about to turn a 10-mile base. All right, we're slowed. As soon as we start this turn, I'm going to start us down. Again, it looks like we might be getting the LPV. We'll see. There's the turn. Vertical speed. Slowing to 160. Let's do 155. What did we say our VREF was? $140. Come down to 152. Okay, we're going flaps 30. Speed brakes armed, landing gears down, 3 green, lights on, seatbelts set, and flaps 40. Charlie Yankee Papa X-Ray, Mac Air 572, 10-mile final for runway 19. Okay, no airfield yet in sight. All right, here we go. Let's see if it'll take.
Charlie Yankee X-ray, or Papa X-ray, traffic is set. We'll be following final runway, or runway it is.
I don't see this airport at all. Oh, I got the runway in sight. And Mac Air 572 runway in sight, gear down, approximately 5-mile final for 19.
November 251 Uniform Papa, Cessna Skyhawk. We're going to be a 7-mile final, 19, take your time.
Okay, folks. Here we go. Oh yeah, got us a really good tailwind crosswind here, folks. Whose idea was it to come in 19? Oh yeah, that loose nut behind the wheel.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Okay, folks, you heard it. Here we go. It's funny. Definitely don't want to follow the LPV because it says we're below like we are, but the PAPs are saying we're above. Nice dust storm I kicked up there. Hey, we're off the brakes. The brakes are mine now. And Charlie Yankee Papa X-Ray, we're clear of 19 to the ramp. Okay, let me clean up the aircraft here a little bit, folks.
Short final 19 traffic.
Okay, get those strobes off. All right, folks, we have arrived.
51 uniform Papa vacating runway 19.
Okay, brakes are set up. Lights are off. All right, and our little Cessna that was up. Awesome. Nice to have you around. Go ahead and turn off squawk. Okay, and double check we're on. Okay, and we'll get the anti-ice off as well. All right. Okay, working our way down, flight director's off. Okay, I think we're ready for chalk. Well, we'll just sit here. We're going to try to replay this, folks. Actually, I haven't had much failures with the release candidates, so we'll kind of play it by ear. But first, before I look at what we did, ooh, really did not feel that hard. Well, go ahead and wow, why is everything all of a sudden getting rough on this system? Must be okay. I'm gonna definitely need to check this out over at Millennium. Hang on a second, folks. If I could just get the mouse to play nice. If it doesn't play nice, we'll put a cat in here. All right, so Mac Air recorded us at 674 feet a minute. Well, doggone it, I thought we did a lot better than that. That's what I get for thinking. All right, well, darn it. Okay. Let's bring Sim Toolkit in and look at the flight here. All right, so we just need to finish it. Okay, and we got Mac Air up here. It's, here's our flight. Show some details. Huh. All right. So we landed 343 feet down the runway. Now, normally I would say that's not a good place to land. But when you have 6,300 feet of runway, that's not bad having 6,000 left to get stopped in. And a gravel runway. Technically, you don't want to use reverse thrust. That's what you saw with all of that dust coming up. That's why. So, but I did to assist the brakes. Okay, pilot learned on that one. And we were 21 feet off center line. This is a 150 foot wide gravel runway. So again, you try to stay to the center, but there are no center lines marked on gravel runways usually. So overall, not a bad flight at all. All right, let's try it. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hang on a second, folks. Let's try that button. There we go. All right, let me come off VATSIM. First off, let's see if our traveling 172 is still here. Nope, looks like they signed off. So we're going to sign off VATSIM. Otherwise, it'll kick us off anyway. Just for those of you flying X-Plane, wanting to do replays, if you forget to turn off VATSIM on your Xbox, not your Xbox, X-Pilot, sorry, guess what? It does it for you automatically. All right, so let me look over here. Make sure I don't have anything tied up to the plane. Nope. And let's take a look outside. Ooh. If y'all don't mind, I'm getting a screenshot. Okay. Let me hop back in and let's give it a try. Survey says halfway there. No, I'm not waiting that long, folks. Patience. Uh-oh. Should have probably gone that way, shouldn't I have? Oh, I shot off my mouth and look what happened. Well, we might be crashing to desktop. We'll find out here in a second. Sometimes it reboots itself. And no, and sometimes it actually crashes to desktop. Oh well, I should have kept it the way I was going. I get it. All right, upload completed. Okay. Well, folks, would have loved to have taken a look at that from a visual standpoint, but it is what it is, folks, when it comes to flying with Mike and the unpredictability sometimes of our software. So with that, folks, we'll go ahead and start looking to work our way out of this great video that we've done today, this great stream. And I'm just closing out a couple things in the background so I don't have to do them tomorrow before tomorrow's flight. Perfect. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. We are on the ground in CYPX, and hope you all enjoyed. Tomorrow's flight is Philadelphia to Hotlanta, and I hope y'all come out and see it. We'll be in the Tolis A319. So for now, God bless you all. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, folks, if you're up to it, I'm going to go ahead and hand this off to the Spy Flight 757 Spy. Poor engineering it today. Well, no, he made it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
explain. I tried it with the Cessna 152, and I thought that was pretty cool. But again, for me, it was getting old. It was also associated with